Hi guys, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're watching from. Let me just make the music be quiet. Boom! Hello, hello, hello. Oh, you might be able to notice this bad boy. This arrived since our last stream, I think. Or was it there last time? Well, I've noticed it on camera now. It's my driving seat, guys. That's my driving seat. Love it. Barely used it because work has been absolutely jam-packed, so I'm a little bit tired. But I am still here to talk about FPL and the upcoming blanks and stuff like that. So let's get around to it. Let me just move this over here, make sure everyone can see everything. And it's another absolutely fantastic game week, guys. 32,000 game rank. Last week was 25,000. Two incredible weeks, and I only had 10 men and got 87 points. Dreamland. And I didn't captain Kane. Granted, I captained Son, and I did play Bowen, guys. We sat here last week, and I was saying, and I said I was too many times I've been a bit of a coward. I'm not back to myself, and I decided to play Bowen over Diogo Jota, and it was, well, I mean, Salah. I'm not going to bench Salah, but 2 points better off, guys, on the punt. Unbelievable. Two big calls. Son captaincy equal with Kane. Bowen over Jota plus 2 points. Excuse me. All right, let's catch up with the chat then. So Sagnik, welcome back as well. Krista Kiffian, good to see you all, guys. So first we're going to talk about Sagnik. Let's have a look at the -8 that's coming here. Trent, Greenwood, and Castagna for Phillips, Jota, and Stones. All right, so yeah, you're in the same boat as I am in terms of Diogo Jota. Do we keep him? Like, I can go to Greenwood, I can go to Maddison, but we will be having a look at Ben Krellin's chart to just have a look at which players could potentially blank. So 70%. Ben Krellin, if you don't know who he is, like over 100,000 followers on Twitter. He's Mr. Blanks and Double Game Weeks, Mr. FPL scheduler. He's a real great asset to the community. You can see if I just put it up here, this is his chart, and we'll look a little bit more into this later on, but we're not going to talk about this just yet. Let me just pop this down just a fraction, but we'll talk about that one later on after we have a bit of a recap. But you know, if you've got Jota and you're looking to move on, I already said that Jota wasn't even in my original wildcard that I did last week. It was Maddison. You guys were all here. Maddison was sat in there instead of Jota. But Maddison still wasn't fit. He got into trouble about breaking COVID protocols. So that's the only reason why Jota was in. But Greenwood's turning a lot of heads. Another person I've talked about before, but just not necessarily getting the amount of game time. Plus United's fixtures, in my opinion. Yep, they've got Leeds, which always looks tasty, but week in, week out, I sit here and I say, I can't predict what's going to happen with Leeds because, in a good way, they're an excellent team, but you just don't know if you're going to get a Leeds that's going to come out and it's going to be 5-5 or it's going to be a 0-0. You know, it's a real tough one. So I don't think that is as good as for United as what people think it is. And then after that, got Liverpool, which you could argue is a great fixture for Manchester United with Liverpool season this season. But there you go. So, and then obviously with a potential double coming for United, but then a blank, and then you've got Europe because they're still in that. It's difficult. That's why you have a look at my team, and it's filled with players with. My team is filled with players that have something to play for, but are less rotation likely. Obviously now Leicester City are in the final, but that's only one game. But then you've got the likes of City, you've got Chelsea, who've got a final and the Champions League. You've got United, that's got Europe, and obviously the Premier League as well. City, Chelsea, United, teams like that, they're still in a few competitions. It's not ideal, but we'll have a look at potential Jota replacements. It goes short term because I don't think long term is going to work. I think we all know the 4 teams that will double, but maybe not blank. I could go up to Zaha, but if I remember rightly, I think he's got Leicester and City in the next 2, and there's nothing about Crystal Palace that attracts me. Can't really swap Jota to anyone at Everton except maybe Gylfi Sigurdsson, but he's not guaranteed to play all the minutes and definitely won't be guaranteed to do a double game week. But we'll talk about that later. Let me just catch up with this. But in terms of Trent Greenwood and Castagna for Phillips, Jones and Jota, Stones and Jota. Stones obviously is banned. Jota, I understand. Trent, wanted him from the wildcard. It's a fantastic option. And Castagna is one that I recommended, in fact, earlier today, because I would have had 3, and the only thing that's putting me off going from Jota to Maddison is because of that double then black game week. But I think I'm all right. I think I'm all right going triple Leicester. I really am. Damn F1 all day. Portuguese GP, Hamilton versus Verstappen. I do actually also have a Formula 1 fantasy team. So I love Formula 1. The Drive to Survive documentary, by the way, I think is one of my favorite TV shows. I just cannot believe how incredible that documentary is. I can't believe it's real. But yeah, I might talk about that someday. My F1 fantasy team, it's going quite well, especially because I've triple drivered Norris for the first 2 races, and he's been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, well done to me, Kifian. Also well done to Krista, who got a banging game week score. What's my overall rank? My overall rank now is about 184,000 something. So for those of you that know, you can have a look at Game Week 8, I was 4.45 million in the world. And then you can have a look. I've gone from 1 million to 184,000 in 12 game weeks. And I've gone from 500,000 to 184,000 in the last 5 weeks. So this is what I do. I like to get myself in a pickle, have an awful season, and then absolutely smash it. For those people who were knocking about here last season, you'll know that post-lockdown, I honestly was one of the 4 managers out there. It was ridiculous. The last, was it 8 games or 7 games we had after lockdown? It was unbelievable. I was getting 80 pluses every single week. I had Sterling when he got his massive monster hauls, my captain. I went for that punt. I had every player in before, everyone else had them. So hopefully this is the sort of trend that I'm doing now. Because 47 is the average. I've got 87. 81 last week when I think the average was like 51 or 61. Need to keep going along. Salah's EO is going to kill your sleep. Now, when we have a look at it, he's actually not my captain right now. I think overall he'll be fine. His ownership is 34.2%. He's not going to be 100% captain. I think his EO is actually going to be pretty decent. Hi Martin, welcome buddy. Got a free hit and a triple captain left. When do you think is the best time to use him? I think the best time to use your triple captain was last week. Because the problem that you've got now is you can load up on the teams that have doubles because you can just free hit that next week. So you're free and welcome to bring in, triple Leicester, who'll blank and double, who else we got? I think Manchester United, Arsenal do it as well. So you're free to go and do that and then free hit to get out of it. Or you can do it the other way. You can attack and make sure you got enough for that blank game week, and then when it's a double, have an entire team of double game week players. That's the one that I would actually do for that one, Martin. I would probably triple captain in the blank game week to make up any players that you don't have, and then free hit in the double game week. So is it 4 or 5 or I think is it 4 game week fixtures? I think it's between 6 and 8. Let me just have a look at. Let me just put this on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams are supposed to double, right? So I would definitely just make sure these 4 teams, Chelsea, Arsenal, United, Leicester, don't hurt you. And free hit 35. If this is the case, this is only 75% short at the moment from Monsieur Ben Krillin. You can get this on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter as well. So I would definitely attack with a free hit here. I used my free hit in, was it 18 and 19? The other way around, where I had the players, so I had like 2 players for a game week, so I free hit in that, and then I had like an entire squad to do it in the double. So yeah, definitely attack that way, and then maybe just use that free hit in 36 to cover just in case, you know, you do load up on those players. That'd be a possibility, because obviously you can't use 2 chips in one game week. That would be my thing. Hey, James, welcome back, buddy. Hey, man, welcome back as well. Would you sell Son or Fernandes to get Salah? I wouldn't sell Son. I wouldn't sell Kane. They're on my bench because they've got still a fantastic run of fixtures. Maybe they're going to have new manager bounce. And I had Bruno not on my wildcard last week or this week. I had him the one game week before that, and then before that I hadn't had him for a while. It's a lot of money. I don't know if there is a correlation between Pogba being in the side or not, but his points are drying up. I even said when I did my wild card, I've not got any Manchester United players. I'm not a particularly huge fan of the fixtures, but for Greenwood's price and the double coming up, I am tempted. But again, Greenwood's that wrong side of 7 million where if he doesn't play, it's annoying that it's on your bench. Like, I know Jota's still like 6.8, and like so Bowen I've got is like 5.9, Lingard low 6 million sort of stuff. But if they don't play, you can take it. 6 million is not the worst thing for a midfielder or striker. But to have 7.5 plus million players on your bench getting dropped, it's not right. It's wrong. That's what it is. Dominic Calvert-Lewin back, Lacquer for DCL or Bamford. Yeah, Krista, I'll be back on Leeds. Like when people ask me why I kept hold of Dallas, purely because the last sort of 4 games of the season are solid. So, and I'll probably want to double or triple up on Leeds again. But definitely Dominic Calvert-Lewin when he's back, though, because I'm not too sure how fit he is at the moment. Worth taking Son out for a week or just a wasted transfer? It depends where you're going to go, Kiffin. If you're going to go out and then go back in, that's fine. But I'm always kind of against penciling in transfers and saying I'll bring him back if it's a player that you definitely want to bring back. So for example, you're like, I only want to get rid of Son for a week, but I really, 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 really want him back next week. Like, I'd love to have him at Sheffield United next game week. I just don't bother doing that just because, like, if anything else goes wrong, a red card, an injury, that's a -4 straight away because you just not set yourself up with a decent bench. Yeah, I get that you want to attack, of course. Like, now is the time to attack. Especially a player like Son, who's so highly owned. He'll be captain for a lot of dead teams and he'll be in a lot of dead teams. This is a really good time to attack it. But if you're thinking Heung-min Son is a player that you actually want, I don't like the idea of taking out a player that you 100% want to bring back in next week. Unless you're really confident and comfortable with your squad, it might be worth it. But for that price range Son, I don't know who is it you're taking out. Bruno? Son to Bruno for a week, all right. That I think that'd be pretty good, and then go back down. But I don't know where else you were going to go. Is Jota definitely out? We're not sure, Mr. Jolly, but he's not been pictured in training. And Klopp has said something ridiculous like, we've got no new injuries, but we've not got everyone, and it's not injured, it's outjured. Some nonsense like that. Obviously, when people are not training, when it's so close to a game, so Liverpool's game for me is tomorrow 7:30 p.m. right? So Arsenal is tonight my time, Friday Night Football for you guys. If you're not training now, today and yesterday, something's not right, because that's the match the day before. You usually would train, you'd get the reserves in. That's why you can sometimes figure out who's on the bench, but you'd get like the reserves team or the youth team in, right? And they would pretend to be the team you're going to play. They would use those tactics, right? And it's match day training, match day tactic training the day before and 2 days before. If you're not in that training, something's not right. Something's missing there. So that's why people are freaking out about Jota at the moment. So is he definitely out? I can't say it. Jota's certainly not said it. He's been coy on it. He's been a bit, he's not injured, it's outured or some ridiculous quote like that. But yeah, if a player's not training a day or two before during match tactic training, there's something going down. I'll find out about Jota 1:30 press conference. Yeah, so we'll just wait on that. I would say you might free hit this week, bring in a lot of pool United players. Change your mind, Matt. I already said it earlier when Martin asked. Just look at the doubles. Look at the doubles, man. If you still got a free hit and you're okay with Chelsea, Arsenal, United, and Leicester players, and you still got a couple of weeks to prepare for that as well. How could you not want to? All right, Palace. Awful team. Don't particularly want any of them in. I could bring in Zaha if I'm honest. I might bring in Zaha for a bit of a laugh. But Sheffield and Southampton in a double game week is nice. Put the goalkeeper, like put Guaita and Zaha. That's two from there. I hate that because I would probably do Martinez actually at Villa, but Everton, go and get yourself Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin as your front two. Arsenal, get a defender in. They've got West Brom, maybe even a cheap midfielder on the bench. Chelsea, that's pretty difficult. You got Leicester, triple up, Nacho, Maddison, Vardy from that one, or a defender, Vardy and Nacho, Iheanacho for that one. United, you know what I mean? I just can't not try and convince you. Like me personally, it'd be played in that double game week, and I'd have at least say 7 or 8 double game week players, and then the rest, the best of the rest in terms of who's got good single game week fixtures. Like maybe a Liverpool player in there, maybe a Burnley player in the crunch game against Fulham, and maybe a Wolves or West Ham player as well. Speaking of Wolves, I am slightly tempted, guys, to go for Traore because he'll get 33 against Burnley and then 34 against West Brom. It could sit on my bench or do whatever he wants against Brighton in 35, and then he'll go down to Rafinha for the last 3 games of the season. Just a thought. Obviously, with us having 2 players out, Kane and Son, I don't like the idea of just having 1 player on my bench. But I don't know about you guys. But we'll get on to that. Let me just catch up with the chat. James never ended up doing Fofana. Did a -8 for Iheanacho. Nice. Connor Cody. Nice. Hugo Lloris. I don't think he got a lot there. But but DCL, yeah, nothing. Cresswell, nothing. Forster, nothing. So 83.75 reality and 75 still well above the average, James. And you've got 3 players in there who'll take you forward. So good hit. I will say, and this is because of Krista in the chat. Now, I'm not at all, no sponsorships or anything on this channel, right? But there's an app that I've ignored, even though I was on the beta, even though I got it when a lot of people at the start of the season really wanted it, called Playmaker, the Playmaker app. And I tell you what, guys, it is genuinely for weekly, seasonal, 6-game, half-season review, stuff like that. It's actually fantastic. Who is it who does it on Twitter? I know his name is Neil. Neil Murray, and his @ is Ronaldinho. It's this guy. And I'll be honest, like the Playmaker app that he's helped develop with some people, and it's on here, is no sponsorship, nothing like that, guys. But Krista brought it up again because it's something that he was like, hey, I've just seen this app that I'd mentioned after liking a tweet from them. And honestly, guys, the stuff that it does, in my opinion, I'll actually show you, and it is a really helpful add-on because what it'll do, it can at sort of your fingertips can tell you. So, for example, on this, you might not be able to see it too well, but that's your score, right? And that's and it automatically puts their live rank up here, but also the effective ownership of your rank. And then when you go to career, you get all the charts of your game week rank, your overall rank, your captaincy points, your points total. So why this was useful for me that I was looking at today is it tells you how many points you got on the hits right there. So I've taken 68 points worth of hits so far this season, and it shows you the dotted bar of like when it was worth it. And when I went through it, like 68 point hit, guys, for a season is massive. 68 points in a season is a lot of hits. But you can do, if you have a look at your team, you go through weekly. You can have a look at your team week by week. Game week review in the top corner. And I'll go back to 31, and it'll tell you your game week rank, your captain, your score, your potential, and what you end up getting, and the transfer analysis. So all I've been doing is I've been going back through my weeks. So that's my wild card. You see all the transfers. I make the points I had and the points I would have had if I didn't change my team. And honestly, I found it incredibly helpful. And when I've gone back and I've thought, oh my, so when people are thinking about hits, right, and I talk about hits a lot on here, like most FPL people, and I thought, wow, 68. I knew I'd taken a lot of hits, but I have actually said to a lot of people that I've taken a lot of hits, but 9 times out of 10, it feels like it's paid off. And I've proven that it genuinely has. Like 9 times out of 10, when I look at my transfers, it genuinely has paid off. And again, no, I'm not sponsored by Playmaker or Neil or anything like that, but it has its own Twitter feed or its version of Twitter feed. But for me, the game week review, going back over the game week review, showing your rise and falls, and you can have a look at the full season, half the season, and the last 6 games. Genuinely has, I think, incredible potential, stuff that they want to do in the future as well. So if you're looking for a free way to have a look at some stats and to maybe improve your FPL game, there you go, guys. That would be an opinion of mine. So let's just catch up with this. Kifian agrees with me, uses the free hit in Game Week 35. Hey, Harry, tips, how you doing, buddy? Matt, your team is a rest night right now. You don't think the doubles look that great. I agree, but you don't want to be stuck with players from a double and then a blank. Villa, Saints, Palace never to have doubles and don't blank. They don't play for either. They're worth the extra game. No, James. I think that's what we're going to move on to in a minute. We'll just have a look at the quick preview, then we'll have a look at those matches. Joke's great if you blaze, but might be in and out too much. Agree, and that's the risk, and that's why I said for his price, you can take that hit, but for anything high, it's not good. Hey, Luke, welcome back, buddy. Edwin is -4 points for transferring out Rafinha. If so, who is it for 5.5 million? No, not worth it. I'd just bring on a bench player. Rafinha in the next 2 game weeks fixtures turn. I think he's very likely to miss the next game, but after that he's back and you're going to want him. So depends who you've got on the bench, Edwin. United assets for this game week. I think I've got to go with everyone. Got to go with the flow and just say Greenwood. Someone I'm personally looking at as well. Hey, Zab Truder. Is Mendy still first choice goalkeeper at Chelsea? Yes, he is. Just like Leonard was at Arsenal. Simple as that, mate. Yeah, he is. He's just giving him a run out. Probably, if I'm honest, in terms of Kepa, he's putting him in the shop window, and Leno is letting him know that we've got Ryan, and it ain't just yours. You're gonna have to earn that shirt, buddy. So yeah, Mendy's the easy first choice. Who would you prefer, Jota to Trossard or Sigurdsson? Trossard's got the fixture for this game week. Sigurdsson's got the future double. I do love Siggy. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Siggy ever since he was at Swansea, then Spurs. I don't trust Everton enough. For right now, I've got to say Trossard. Hey, good morning, Sean. Free hit is active. Wow. Oh, buddy, I want to see what team you've got rocking up for this. Let's see if you're going to convince Matt. Is it Matt who was it? Was it Matt considering playing his free hit? Who's the one who was playing the free hit? Let me just double check. Yeah, Matt. It was Matt, right? See if you can convince him to free hit with you, or if we can try and stop him. Sean, what made you hit the free hit, buddy? That's what I want to know. You do your arguments for the free hit. I've already done my arguments why to wait for the doubles. But one of a key argument against waiting for that free hit, guys, and it's something that I've said every single week, and when people said it when I was doing my wildcard, and when they said before, and what I always reply is, I'm playing the game in front of me. Now, that picture, the one that I keep popping up here, Ben Crellin is like 70% sure. 70% is not 100%. 100% is confirmed by the Premier League. This is not confirmed by the Premier League. And I've said week in, week out, play the game in front of you. Simple as that. But I'm doing that with transfers. If I've got that free hit now, yeah. I mean, of course, if you're sat there with like triple City, triple Spurs, is anyone else blanking this game week? All right, triple City, triple Spurs, a Fulham and a Southampton player, then yes, of course I would say free hit. Krista, it's so good you retweeted it. I thought it was paid to use, recommended. Yeah, and Krista, you reminded me because I've just not used it. Like I've been so busy with work and stuff, and I just ended up going on Twitter, but I shouldn't. And I was fortunate enough to be invited to the beta testing like way back when because I showed interest in it, and the stats that you get from it, it's fantastic, right? And like I said, I'm not being paid for it. I'm not being asked to talk about it. If I find something good that you guys might enjoy or improve your FPL or something like that, then just sort of pass that forward. Sean's got an awful team with us. 3 City Spurs, 3 City, 3 Spurs and Jota. Okay, I'm not going to argue against that, Sean. I'm not, because just like anything, you got to play your own game, right? You got to play the strategy and the chips that suit your own team. So there you go. There's no that's something like FPL Statistico. I'm doing it as well with that Playmaker one, Chris, because like Neil was like the original thread maker, one of the original thread makers. He's been around FPL for years. He put his name towards it. He's developed it with some coders, some developers or whatever. So he's put a lot into it himself. And I think he already made the promise as well, and I'll have to go through the tweets and double check this, but he already promised that he will do no gambling advertisements. So I know a lot of people in the FPL community, because FPL is not gambling because we're not playing for money, but you understand where people who like FPL have maybe had a history with kind of gambling, and then they got really upset when the likes of Fantasy Football Scout aligned with some gambling companies. I remember that infamous, was it Bet365? I myself I got free stuff to give away to you guys with Fan Team. I haven't advertised or done any of that for ages. I think it's maybe in the link below still, but I've not been doing that. But I think he promised that there would be no sort of gambling advertisements or link ups like that. But I'll have to double check that one. So if that's something as well that affects you, then that's another good reason for that app. Rudiger and Jota out for Castagna and Trossard for a -4. Well, Rudiger's got West Ham, might not play. Jota might not play. Castagna's got Crystal Palace, lovely. Trossard's got Sheffield United, lovely. I can't argue with it, Vignesh. I can't. Free hit team, Martinez, love the man, my favourite player this season. Castagna, Crystal Palace, Trent, Newcastle, Wolves. Oh my God, who've Wolves got? Cheese and rice, who've Wolves got? Burnley. Oh yeah, I was just talking about Traore earlier and I forgot. Bruno, Leeds, Sally at Newcastle, Madison Palace, Greenwood, Havertz, Idiacho, Cavani, Bench, Morpay, Phillips, Mitchell. Can't argue with that, mate. Isaac Truder, no problem. Yours will be similar to that. No Cavani or Semedo. Yeah, I wouldn't go Semedo there, Sean. I love the fact of the differential. But I mean, to be honest, let's say I've got Cody, the most template Wolves defender, the most owned, and he's 7.9%. I don't think you've got a scrimp and scrape for that. And isn't he more expensive? Sanchez is obviously a good shout, and Brighton defense is a good shout because I think they're the second most solid defensive team after City. Is that right for Brighton? And they've got Sheffield United, who were relegated. But here's something to put in your heads though. How many times have you seen a team get relegated, and then after they get relegated, they've gone, oh, we've got nothing to play for, lads. Let's just go play for pride. Let's just go and attack. And they end up beating teams like 3-0. And everyone's like, why didn't you do this before? Your reason is that you don't have enough players. I agree with that. And not many double game weeks appeal to you. Yep, I can completely see that. SG bringing Watkins or Bamford going forward? Yes, but not yet. And I've had Watkins. A lot of people, for some reason on Twitter, get really angry at Watkins because he misses opportunities and he hits the bar and post. Honestly, I rarely get angry at my players for doing stuff like that. I get excited by it because I'm like, oh my God, he's getting in positions. He's having opportunities. And if he's shooting, that means someone else isn't shooting. That means they're not getting points, right? So, I mean, I really enjoyed having Watkins getting 4 and 5 or 6 points every so often. Sean, so Matt is tempted with the free hit. Agreed. You've also got triple Spurs, loads of injuries, plus Alonso, Saka. Yeah, if you're only fielding 6, Matt, I can't say don't do that. I would be hitting the free hit button on that. But mate, you've got like 1:30 my time. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. 4 hours? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. 5 hours. You got 5 hours to do it, buddy. If you've got an idea, mate, or if you want to smash one together whilst we're on stream, then yeah, by all means. But remember, you will be getting Alonso back. Free hits just for 1 week, not for life. And you fancy Chelsea punt. There you go. Chris, currently players not playing or at risk of not playing. Jota, Amati, Davis, Neto, Kane, Son. Well, Kane and Son's not in danger. They're not playing, right? You're thinking if Jota to Lingard if injured and field around 10 stars or Son and Neto to Madison. Yeah, it's like I said earlier, Chris, the problem with taking out someone like Son, you definitely want... You take him out and it looks all well and good now, but then when you look at the team sheet next week and you think, oh my God... Spurs against Sheffield United, I don't have Son. And he's like, what, 58% owned? 50%? 46% owned? I'd be hating it. I would be hating it. Any news on Joe? No, nothing extra, just Klopp being ambiguous. But the training pictures are swaying a lot of people. And I'm not bothered about taking him out. He sat on my bench, guys. I didn't even play him last week. I'm not even bothered. Mental. No, I already put my reasonings on Twitter. Bowen, I can't believe... Like, honestly, guys, if you've got... Yes, I know he's against... he's got a price rise. Yes, I know he's against Chelsea next. Not ideal. But can we just for a second have a look at a £6 million midfielder who's currently the forward, the striker, for a team that's chasing Champions League football? Unless I hear anything about Antonio, why am I not... Why are more people not talking about Bowen? Like, I'm happy people are not talking about Bowen because that keeps his ownership at 3%. Anyone you'd pick instead of Madison? Not sure who else to choose. No, because the other ones are fantastic players. Like, don't get me wrong. For example, the triangle central midfield of Leicester of like Ndidi, Tielemans, and and Madison in front of them is a fantastic midfield. FPL wise, no. Perez would be playing for Madison, or Brighton off the bench. Defender maybe, like Castagna, or even the goalkeeper. But then if you're on a free hit, you want to choose like Sanchez, Brighton against Sheffield United, or you want, there's better goalkeeper options out there than Schmeichel. Maybe a defender, but yeah, for me, it's Iñigo, Vardy, Madison. Yeah, you really don't want to take out some, but it would mean you have 9 to 10 players max this week. It's tough, yeah. Then to take him out and bring him in, but just be careful when you see an injury or a red card and think, oh Jesus. When is Antonio planned to be back? No time. Rumors from credible sources are saying he's done for the season. But even if he's not, if you can get, say, the next 3. So I brought Bowen I brought Bowen in last game week, right? So that's 1 game already. I mean, if he gets to the end of the season, that's fantastic. But I mean, if he can get me to Everton, if he can get me past the blank, if he can give me 2 or 3 more games, and he's the kind of player that'll play anyway. It wasn't not playing because Antonio was playing, right? It's just that with Antonio injured, he is the striker. You already have ideas. Sanchez, like it. Dunk, Trent, Castagna, Salah, Bruno, Greenwood. I see a lot of people. I understand Havertz. I understand it. I understand the logic behind it. He's striker, but there's nothing. Surely there's something in your bones, Matt, saying he's going to play Werner this week, or he's going to drop Pulisic. You know what I mean? If you've got that Chelsea feeling in your stomach, then you, by all means, go for it. By all means. But obviously, I know it's a free hit. You don't want a particularly deep bench. But just be wary of Havertz not starting and coming on for the last 20. Same for Pulisic. Then Iheanacho and maybe also Vardy. Oh, I mean, look at that. You're only considering Jamie Vardy. You're only considering this bad boy every day of the week. Oh, what a man! I can't believe still, guys. I got 87 points from 10 men. I got my highest score this week was 101 with a full 11. What was it? A full 11 with a double game week and triple captain Salah. And I got 101. I've got 10 players in a normal game week. Yeah, all right. 2 of them had a double. 1 of them only had 1 game. So I had 1 player who played twice. I got 87. Absolutely incredible. Just a little bit of side information, guys. 87 in Chinese is Basa Chi, and that's actually like calling someone an idiot. So there you go. There's your knowledge of the day. Defense on the rise for me again, guys. Ignore Leno this week, but Trent, Cody, James, beautiful. 2 weeks in a row, rock solid. And then we go up to the rest. Salah, I had the feeling that I didn't think Salah was going to play, but I'm just not benching a player that's 12.6 million. On a hunch. Bowen I chose over Jota for logical reasons against Newcastle. What a game, by the way. What a fantastic game of football. I really enjoyed it. Lingard did nothing, got a penalty and scored it. Thank you very much, sir. I'll take that all day long. Son, I was crapping myself after that first game, guys. I'm not going to lie. It was hideous. It was horrible. Kane absolutely rips it up. Son does nothing. I'm thinking, oh my God, being a smart arse. Part of the reason, guys, I went for Son in the end. I even said, like, look, if they walked away with 2 clean sheets, that's an extra 4 points as captain. It's simple as that. That was it. Iheanacho, goal. Vardy, goal, assist. And was it? 1 bonus, right? Apparently, he lost the 2 bonus. If you did watch the highlights, the ball didn't go out on the far side, on the far left side. And it was like, what's Vardy doing shooting from there? Like, the ball's on. If he just takes the ball and run, he's 1-on-1. But he shot from miles away and he scuffed it big time. And apparently that cost him 2 bonus because it was a huge chance that he wasted. Outrageous. 2 points dropped. Stolen. Jota on my bench. Forster didn't play. No goalkeeper this week. Don't need a goalkeeper. Jota 3. Dallas 1. Holding 2. Playing the old 3-1-2 on the bench. And that was it. So let's have a look at how I'm lining up this week. Going old school Mike Bassett, guys, with a 4-4-2. If they play, if Leno's back, I'll have a goalkeeper. You can see this is not an accident, guys. Trent is currently my captain. I think Salah will play. I think Salah will be a huge captaincy option. He's probably most people's number 1. Maybe Iheanacho has turned your head, or Jamie Vardy, or Maddison, because we've got Crystal Palace. I completely understand. I think they're all fantastic options. I just think Trent against Newcastle, if he gets a clean sheet and an assist and bonus, I feel I can see that happening. Salah, I hate it, guys. I genuinely do hate not captaining my most expensive player and not captaining a player that I know can on his day go absolutely crazy. And it is a possibility that before the deadline finishes, this switches to Salah because I lose it. But as an outside option, Trent as captain, the thing that's making me probably not going to go for Trent, actually, guys. So let's switch it and be honest now. Let's switch it for now and just be honest. Now, I've said it before, if I had more guts, if I wasn't a coward. But here's the thing. Newcastle now have Alex Saint-Maximin, who just is electric. Pre-season, people loved him. I touted him. I started the season with him. I think if Wilson and Saint-Maximin hadn't have been injured, Newcastle won't be in the danger that they've been in. Liverpool's season has been, let's just say, politely disappointing. And you just know Maximan's going to do like a wonder goal, or they're going to lump it in the box and like Andy Carroll's going to head it in. And that's it. Trent's got to go out there and get something. And he can. He's got the skills. He's got the potential. He's got the ability. But if Jota looks like he's more likely or not to be out, Salah already had his rest against the last game, so I'm so confident Salah's going to start against Newcastle. So there's no feeling in my gut that says rotation. And even with the form, even with the season that they're having, I can't look past, I think, Mo Salah. I would love to have the confidence to go for Trent. I don't have the confidence in Liverpool's defence. Now, if he walks away with an assist, a clean sheet and bonus, hats off to you guys. You're braver than I am. And I am chasing, I'm trying to get it, but I still have something in me that says Salah's going to walk out there and say, right, guys, I've had enough. I'm sick and tired of all of this rubbish people are saying to me. I FaceTime my friend Lovren, smiling away if any of you guys saw that. And yeah, I'm happy now. I'm going to go out and show the world just how good I am. I want that golden boot. I want top 4. And I'm going to go make it happen. And you just know he could do that. Who'd you rather have in your team, DCL, Watkins or Bamford? Probably, honestly, if he's fit. With his slight games, I have a weakness for Calvert-Lewin. I started the season with him and he's been a wonderful man for me. Watkins has got a double, DCL's got a double, Bamford hasn't. Bamford's on a pub. In 2 or 3 game weeks, I'd say Bamford, but double game week, I've got to say Watkins because he's not injured, but I'm not a huge fan. I'd say I prefer DCL. Bamford's your better choice in a few games, and then Watkins. It's a very template-free hit, so you want half plus. No, Matt, don't do that. Don't get stuck in the bubble. There is no template-free hit at all. There is no one out there with, like, Havertz, double United. Don't worry about the template part. Look, mine is actually 61% template, which isn't actually that bad, but most people say 78% template, right? Who cares? I've sat here with 87 points. It doesn't matter. Template is still going to have people who have 1, 2, 3, 4 players different than what you've got. Don't ever not choose people because of template. Don't. Choose the players who you think is going to score the most points. Like, all right, Bowen is sat there. Not many people have Bowen. But, like, so many people have had Lingard. So many have had Salah. So many have had Bruno and Son and Kane and people like that. Yeah, so what? Got 87 points. I don't care what people call your team. Don't care, if you think other people have got it. It does not matter. Just choose 11 lads who you reckon is going to get the most points. There's no point in having punts for no reason. Havertz is the same logic as Bowen, really, isn't? Yeah, I've more bit. No, Havertz and Bowen is nothing alike because Havertz is rotating or moving with players that are fine. Bowen's in because 1, he plays anyway, and 2, he's the striker because Antonio's out. Injury has cemented Bowen there. Liverpool can play Salah, Firmino and Mane. Really can't see them risking Jota. Yep. You hate Lingard, but looks like Jota to Lingard for you. And I can't argue with that, Jota to Lingard. I mean, he's the form player. He is the form player, right? 7, 14, 12, 12, didn't play. 5, 5, 10, 6, 3, 15. If he's not in your team, I want to know why. Why? I said earlier, like, I'm not having grudges against players. Like, people, for example, Sterling. Sterling has been awful this year. Such a shadow of himself. Not just in terms of FPL, in terms of football. Next season, I'm not going to bring him in because he's been bad this year. Like, that's just making FPL even more difficult for yourself. You might even put on Welbeck. Come on, Matt. See, this is exactly why you shouldn't be free hitting with 5 hours to go. You'll have crazy last-minute ideas like that. Love the Trent Captaincy punk. You stick with Salah yourself. Yeah, I've already talked about that. First time here, great content. Thanks, Subtruder. Don't worry, that content won't stay very good. Who would you add into the squad? Madison, Greenwood, Bowen. I've already got Bowen. Someone in that range. You already have Jota, Lingard, Son, Salah. Jota, Lingard, Son, Salah. Bowen could be bench if Antonio fit. Mate, you've just described my entire midfield. Jota, got him. Lingard, got him. Son, on my bench this week. Salah, got him. Bowen, got him. Bowen could be benched if Antonio is fit. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Antonio, I don't think is fit. So don't play the ifs and buts game. Greenwood could score, but bench 2. Yeah, and that's why I'm probably not thinking of Jota to Greenwood. I might just go Jota to Traore and have a laugh. Have a laugh in the face of FPL for the last few weeks. That might be what I go and do. Because like I said, I bring in Greenwood this week, right? And then Son comes back. Bowen's got Burnley next week. Who do I play? Like next week, Son and Kane stroll back into my side. So I'm playing Iniacho, I'm playing Vardy, and I'm playing Kane as a front three, right? So we agree I'm going 3-4-3. I'll have Salah, Bowen, Lingard, Son, and then I've got Jota. And then if I go to Greenwood, I'm going to bench Greenwood. And then I've got like a 7 million player sat on my bench. Or I bench Bowen, who's West Ham striker, away at Burnley. Just does not seem right. Got no chips. Team is Martinez, Lloris. Wow, James, already immediately, you know I'm going to talk about those two goalkeepers and how much you're paying on that one. Trent, Cody, Target, Keane, Dunk, Bruno, Son, Lingard, Jota, Rafinha, Bamford, Nacho, Kane. Should you go Bruno to Salah for free and risk injured players? I can't, even though I don't have Bruno, even though I've taken Bruno out, James, I don't think I can advocate getting rid of it. I know Leeds, I said even earlier, I can never predict a Leeds game. I just don't think I can recommend, even for free. Personally, yes, I prefer Salah over Bruno. Would I use it as a transfer if I had Bruno already? If he's going to be a captain, yes. I've already said my double down theory, guys, right? Like, if you've got... For me, it feels absolutely pointless having Bruno. In terms of your rank, it feels pointless having Bruno if you're not going to captain him. Because he's point... Just like, in a way, Kane kind of can be like that. He won't be like that now because it's not a double game week. But having Bruno, because there are so many dead teams and there are so many Manchester United fans out there that if you're not captaining him, there's just no point. Yeah, he goes out and gets 2 goals, but he's not your captain. But you get nothing from it because there are so many dead teams with him as captain or United fans with him as captain that, all right, well done, you've equaled it. But if you captain him every week, then that's fine. You get all those points. That's wonderful. But it's never going to be a huge rank rise because a lot of people do captain him week in, week out, regardless. But if you don't have him and you got, say, 2 players that outscore him, well, a living proof that the ranks go up there. So yeah, if he goes out there against Leeds and he gets 2 goals and an assist and Salah does nothing and Vardy does not, like, no one else does anything, Bruno is the stand-up player, yeah, it will hurt rank. It will. But then you just got to counter that balance, haven't you? Muslims have Ramadan. Salah isn't eating and drinking. True, but he's done that his entire professional career, right? Is that true? I do like the thinking. I do. It's smart thinking. He's a devout Muslim. He'll be doing Ramadan. He'll be doing all the things that they do for that, like, religious event. But like I said, Salah ain't some 18-year-old kid who's never done it. As whilst he's been a footballer, he does it week in, week out, and he's absolutely fit as a fiddle. So that, whilst logically, for example, if it were me and they said, right, I can't eat now, I'd be an absolute mess. But the fact that he's done it all the time. Mo Salah captain, yes. Outside of Salah, Fernandes, Greenwood, who would you have as other midfielders? No price range. For this game week, no price range. It's difficult for me to say. When I've wildcarded, I'm obviously just going to say the players I've already got. All right, Maddison, midfield, did you say? Midfield. Maddison, no one. You said no Bruno or Fernandes. Okay, no one. Maybe Harrison at Leeds. Traore. Podence. Done. Burnley. McNeil / no one. Brighton. Trossard. Even though his stats aren't particularly good. Done. Sheffield. No. West Ham. Lingard. Bowen. Chelsea. Maybe Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic, but I'm not confident in that. Salah, midfield. Salah, Mane. Yeah, if you're free hitting, why are you not thinking of doing a Salah Mane double up? That'd be my thing. Newcastle, Alex Saint-Maximin. Arsenal, Everton, midfield. James Rodriguez, Sigurdsson at a push. Arsenal, no. No. Not for me. You rolling transfer even if Clough rules out Jota? No, Jota's probably going. He's logically speaking, I should go to Zaha because he's got the double. It's a transfer I don't have to make again in the future. I could go Greenwood. He's got Leeds, but then he's got Liverpool. But am I scared about that? And my points I've already said. Whoever comes in for Jota is probably going to be on my bench next week anyway. And probably, let's just have a check on Jota again. It's going to be on my bench until I want to bring a Leeds player in for the last 3 games. Or I can transfer him out. So I'm currently considering Maddison, Greenwood, Adama Traore. I would say are my 3 options right now for Diogo Jota. You got your weekly recap? Must be a real good one, Christy. You had a cracking week. 63% template last week. It sounds so high, but it genuinely isn't, guys. High is like higher than 85%. Do we know double game week 35 could be announced after this deadline, Chris? Sterling will probably be 10 million max next year. He should. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne had most of the season out injured. He was 9.5, and that's Kevin De Bruyne. Honestly, Sterling, if he's going to start the season with me, he's got to be like 8.5. Pep Roulette in an awful season. Hey, good luck, Sean. Hopefully the free hit works out, mate. You need to transfer Neto out. Budget is 11.2. Currently have Lingard, Sonny, Salah, and Jota. Come to Bowen. Come on in. But Klopp said Jota is fine in the press conference. Then I'll keep him and I'll roll it. I'll check that later. Obviously, everyone knows on the stream to wait for press conferences. No one here has said he's definitely out. I mean, it's going to be he's going to cause because FPL now has been thrust into the limelight and being commented by a lot of managers. Klopp could be having it. Klopp could be having a laugh here. Could be doing it on purpose. Mind games. But we'll see. You got Lloris in for Forster, Hero, Tesla, Martinez. Yeah, I just thought it was an expensive goalkeeper double up. Martinez, Tudor. instead of Lloris. FPL Buna tweeted that Jota is fine according to Klopp. Has Buna said that? It's something I'm going to check. It's something I'll wait for, but I already said, guys, Jota was not... Jota was not a part of my original wildcard squad. He wasn't. Maddison was. And I was just going to triple down on Leicester. And it was going to be West Brom, that's just gone. Palace, Southampton, Newcastle, and then that's a double game week, and then out for 36. The thing that puts me off now is that if they do have a blank, I got to get rid. But I've got 2 or 3 games and two or three fixtures to get rid of Maddison, and I think that's it. That's all I'll have. But I'm going to bring this on the screen now. The thing I keep referring to. You're keeping Jota then. Yep. I mean, I can literally, in fact, guys. Oh no. It just uploaded. Uploaded? What am I talking about? It just updated. All right. So, Planet FPL tweeted this. Oh God, hold on. Looks as though the Jota rumours could be false. Jurgen Klopp not asked about Diogo Jota yet, but you understand he's available for Liverpool despite his absence from yet. Okay, here you go. From Klopp's mouth.
As well, on the fitness of Jota, there was a lot of conjecture because he wasn't pictured at training yesterday.
He was fine.
There you go, guys.
There was a lot of conjecture because he wasn't featured at training yesterday.
Joe was fine.
See what you think, guys. See what you think. I mean, he has said it. He has literally said it. But how convinced are you by that face? How convinced? I don't feel convinced. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I've got some agenda. But
As well, on the fitness of Jota, there was a lot of conjecture because he wasn't featured at training yesterday.
Joe was fine.
no, he whispered. He goes, yesterday. If you can hear that, guys.
As well, on the fitness of Jota, there was a lot of conjecture because he wasn't featured at training yesterday.
Joe was fine.
Final question.
Diogo's fine. Diogo's fine. There you have it. Apparently, if for anyone thinking about it, see what you think about that. Personally, I mean, you could think I'm just saying it. Maybe, maybe not. But I don't know, man. Like, even though he said it, I'm looking at him and he's just... I mean, did that really fill you with confidence? I don't know. Nothing in the bank. Kane, Son, and Marty Davis now. Without taking out Son, you're screwed. We'll fill 11 players. Can you not go Neto to... Can you not go Neto to Podence? Neto to Podence. Neto to Podence. Let's go. There you go, mate. Look at that. Beautiful. 1.1% owned. He's got the fixtures. He's another Wolves player. Don't pretend like you don't want it. That sounds iffy, though. It did, right? It is not. It's genuinely not just me thinking that. You're going to risk and keep it. You want it for the rest of the season anyway. Then yeah, do it. Tweet going mad about Klopp body language. Oh, is it really? I've not checked it. I'm obviously streaming with you guys, and you guys have mentioned it, and I've just pulled it up now. But opponents have been in very poor form. Yeah, I agree. But I don't really go to him. But I don't think you can go to Traore. I think Traore's out of your league. Just... Jorginho, Chelsea, go. Nah, it's a real difficult price range, mate. I'd hold out and wait. But yeah, I'm not the only one who's been a bit like... That's not like... And our FPL Raptor, Ross, is a PhD and lecturer in sports psychology. Okay, and he's done massive threads. And I remember when he got called out because he said, I've never really done a full FPL season, but he does incredible like psychoanalysis threads and things like that. His reply to that has been, glancing to the upper right is a supposed to signal deceit, which is lying for those non-English first language speakers out there. So that would mean he's lying. I wouldn't read too much into it though, as it's absolute horse crap. That's funny. But I don't know. Just see what you guys think about that. I'm not sold. Hey Rudy, how you doing, buddy? Have you missed much? Yeah, I'm almost finished. You wonder if Jota starts? Should you take him Vardy for Kane? Look, I said the same thing, Rudy, right? You're going to have Son and Kane back in your team ASAP. And I hate taking out a player that you want next week. Definitely want. If it was like, I can keep him out for a week or two, then that's fine. But if you've already sorted out your transfer for next week, if anyone gets injured, if anyone gets a red card, -4 to sort it out. Pereira, Trossard, Saka. Trossard, he's got Sheffield United. Pereira, whilst being fantastic, West Brom could do something against Villa. I think they're done. I think Leicester have crippled them yesterday. They destroyed West Brom yesterday. They walked around the second half. There was nothing. They were done. And I just think they're done. Pereira is fantastic. He could get something. Yes. Trossard, good option. Saka, no. Klopp was very casual, and when he replied in a way that he didn't even know Jota. Yeah, because he goes, yesterday. Like, he's trying to figure out what happened yesterday. Oh, no, Diogo's fine. Diogo is fine. Diogo is fine. We're going into human psychology for the game. Cool. I don't think that word will ever be uttered, though. Cool. You stick with what you said earlier. He won't risk him, and he will play Mane, Salah, Firmino. So, yeah. And I think that's what he's going to play anyway, because Salah missed the last one, and Mane, I think, missed the one before that, and then Firmino the one before that. So, yeah. Why wouldn't Jota take his turn? You got to look at the price. I think that's what it comes down to, right? He's 7 million, so he's on the iffy side of, that's a bit too expensive to sit on my bench. But you just know, if he doesn't start, he's getting 20-30 minutes. Is that enough against tired Newcastle legs? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself what he did when he came out against Arsenal for 29 minutes and got 12 points. That's the risk. That's the FPL game, isn't it? That's the thing you got to do. Yesterday. Oh, yesterday. That yesterday. No, it's fine. That's always a sign as well. Not the looking up in the right thing, but that it's the voice, right? No, it's fine. No. But I was thinking of getting rid of Jota anyway. Like I said, he wasn't on my wild card. But who to bring in? Looking at you can see. I can just shorten this. Oh no, the size is right. I'll just keep it. Yeah, all of that, and that's why the guys doing the free hits completely don't blame you in a way, because if you're only going to feel like 8 players, I definitely will be free hitting, because who do you want for that double? Going into the blanks, I've got Reece James, who was penciled to go out anyway. I've got Arsenal, who's got Holding on my bench. I've got 2 Leicester, and I've got no Manchester United. So at the minute, I would have James, Iheanacho, Vardy, and Holding. I'll have to make a transfer, but I've got 3 weeks to do it, right? To get rid of 1 or 2 of them. I don't know. Jota to Maddison, who looked a bit leggy, I'm not going to lie. He didn't particularly have a good game against West Brom, but he's getting his match fitness back. They don't play till Tuesday. Is it too early for Maddison? I don't know. I might just keep it and hold 2 transfers. But it is annoying, because if Jota doesn't play at all, I'm going 5 at the back, boys, with Rob Holding coming on against Everton, which isn't the worst. But if Holding doesn't play and Leno doesn't play, I'm rocking around with 9 players. As simple as that. Papa Perez still not giving up. So who to bring in then? Yeah, the doubles are not attractive. I mean, if you are, I've already said, if you're thinking of getting rid of Jota or you're looking ahead at the blanks and the doubles, we'll just have a quick preview before I end the stream. But United, if I bring in Greenwood for Jota, right? I've got to play, but let's just have a look at have a look at Greenwood's minutes. Now, of course, points are more important, because if I clicked on Manchester United and not Manchester City. Looking at Greenwood's minutes, he's 7.1 million, so he's 0.1 million now more than Diogo Jota. Actually, has Jota's price gone above that, because that's the price that I got him for? Jota is 7 million, so he's 0.1 more expensive. So you got to hope you got 0.1 in the bank, in your back pocket. Okay, he's got 90 minutes. Amazing, he got 11 points against Spurs because he came on for the last 18 minutes. So he's got 90, 18, 90, 90, 17. Does he play against Leeds, against Liverpool? But then you've got the same argument, right, guys? If you've got Diogo Jota, does Jota play against Newcastle and doesn't play against Manchester United? Still tempted by Trent captaincy. I am. He has been my captain pretty much all week, but you just know. You just absolutely know that they're going to do something stupid. You can't stretch to Mane and Salah this week if you want Vardy, and Vardy's just scored, so go on a cheeky little streak. He is a massively streaky player, but then I'm asking you, why can't you have Salah, Mane and Vardy? If you're in a free hit, Salah, Mane, Vardy, who else is in your free hit side? That means you can't afford, because you don't have Kane and you don't have Son. You got Bruno in there? Is that why? If I had a free hit right now, I'd be doing Mane, Salah, Vardy, Iheanacho would be the first names on my team sheet right there. Couple of Wolves, couple of Brighton, maybe a Chelsea or West Ham player like Lingard, and a defender maybe to cover that potential loss. So it'll be interesting. All right, I think we'll leave it there then, guys. I think my captaincy is going to stay on Mo Salah. I am 4-4-2. Maddison, I don't think he's still match ready, which is initially why I didn't put him on my wild card. Greenwood, again, it's the same point I've just said. He's in the same boat as Jota. Does he play against Leeds and then miss out against each other? So does Jota play Newcastle and miss out against United? Does Greenwood play against Leeds and then miss out against Liverpool? I hate that uncertainty, so I don't know if I'm willing to make a transfer to do that. And if Jota does play tomorrow, you'd be happy, wouldn't you? You'd be liking that, to be honest. Do I want to go to Traore at Wolves? I'm not gonna feel confident that I'd feel confident that Traore starts. Do I feel like confident that Traore is gonna outscore Jota and Greenwood? No, not at all. And then apart from that, there's no one. And like I said, it's a position that goes to the bench next week. So next game week, Son comes in for Jota, Kane comes on for one of my defenders, and so what's the point of me making a transfer that I'm not too keen about that's actually going to sit on my bench after this game week? So I might as well just stick and try and roll my transfer. Sometimes if you're not too sure what to do, guys, the best thing to do is nothing. To be honest, anyone know if Klopp has ruled out Phillips? He's back in training, Luke, but can't say if he's ready or not. You've gone for Traore. Your shouts have been golden lately. Well, there you go. I have just said it again. I've not spoken out against Traore. I just think, if you're looking at transfers like Maddison, Greenwood, Maddison, Greenwood, Traore. I think Traore would be my more confident that he plays and starts, less confident of getting higher points. Hey Adam, what do you think of Calvert-Lewin? Love him. Maddison, thinking of getting one of them in myself. I don't know if Calvert-Lewin's back ready yet. Philip has just been ruled out by Klopp in his press conference. Well, there you go. I'll obviously be checking that later on myself. Maddison, I said he was on my wildcard, Adam, but he's not match fit. And he proved that against West Brom. He's still not quite there. Zaha will have a double. Yep, Zabtruda, I did mention that earlier, but he's got Leicester, and then he's got City, and then he's got a double. So I'll probably will bring in Zaha. Speaking of Zaha, hi Neil. Welcome, buddy. Better late than never. Yeah, I'm just signing off now, mate. But Zaha is someone I'll definitely probably bring in for that double game week, because it's fun. And he'll just be in for that double game week and then that'll be it. But I just know I'll regret it. But Zaha would be coming in for that Jota space. I think that'd be it. Maybe Siggy is a free hit punt. True, but he's against Arsenal. Everton are a lot better away from home than Arsenal. But again, is he nailed on? Is he nailed on? Maybe, maybe not. All right, guys. You can follow me at Twitter. I think it's RobWD90. Oh my God, I hope it is. Any last minute changes and reasons why, I'll post on there. This is how I'm looking out for this game week. Probably looking to hold the transfer and rock forward with 2. Goalkeeper not changing, defense not changing, strikers not changing, not getting rid of Kane and Son. So the only change I think, guys, that'll possibly happen is if I grow a pair and I go Salah to Trent as my captain. Or Jota going out for either Traore or Greenwood or Maddison or some crazy punt like Zaha. And then that'll be it. That'll be the one. No worries, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all before the next deadline as well. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. And be safe if you're going out now that protocols are a bit looser in the UK. Try and stay safe, guys. Beers on hand if the free hit bombs. All good. There you go. That's the attitude you got to take. Enjoy the free hit. Enjoy it. You're going Ardle's captain. Good luck, Zabtruda. And take these, guys. Have a good one.